up? Welcome to our YSA StoryTime Series. The next story that we'll have for you today is called Out, and it is based on a true story. So, have either of you flown by plane during the winter time?
Yeah.
No, not during winter.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you right now, just never do it.
Why?
Okay, so last winter, a close friend of mine, he had to take a business trip, and he had to fly all the way to Philadelphia from Chicago.
Wow.
And by the time he even had to take his flight out, the snow was already starting, so he was about 45 minutes delayed.
Okay.
Wow.
And then the plane took off, but he was just nervous throughout the whole flight because he never really got on planes for like 10 years, I would say.
Okay.
So he makes it, and the weird thing was, it was the day that they had the whole parade for the Super Bowl when the Eagles won. Yeah. So pretty much he just went through all that traffic and then had his whole conference, did his whole wham bam shabam right there. And then the next day he was ready to go back. And on his way to the airport, he had got a text message from his airline saying that his connecting flight that was going to take him back to Chicago was canceled. So he would just have to take one flight to Cleveland and then call it that and just be homeless. So what he did was that he had to call his host and tell them the situation, like, hey, I need a place to stay. I'm not trying to be homeless for the night. So they worked it out, and he was just panicking the whole time waiting for his flight. And it was literally right by the time he got to the gate that he got an email saying that he had a hotel for him in Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, so he took the flight, and it took a minute to even get out there, but he was able to make it maybe a half hour late. And after that, he had to wait for an Uber to take him to the hotel, and that was a whole extra half hour out of the way. So he ended up going to his hotel. By this time, it was probably about 10 o'clock.
My bet.
Pretty much had to stay in a big room, like in the Marriott.
Penthouse?
Not penthouse, but yeah, so he did all that, and then by the time he settled down, he realized he was hungry. So
This whole time?
yeah, because he didn't have time to really get food during the flight.
Yeah.
So the issue was that he was stuck in the middle of nowhere. So what he had to do was that he had to walk maybe 10 minutes to a tavern.
Like alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay, so like
What
a
they
bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he ordered a cheeseburger, onion rings, and some fries.
Seems good.
No, but the thing that was weird was that it was literally one of those it was literally like a middle of nowhere type of bar. Everybody there was like a really hardcore country music fan.
Wow.
Saw the truckers, you saw the people, you saw those dudes with the caps, whole
folks.
nine. Yeah, and it was weird. The Bulls and the Cavs were playing that night. So pretty much, I forgot he told me the game was, but a lot of it was that the Bulls were kind of going ahead. And then towards the end, the Bulls, I think, came around and won.
Ooh.
So when that happened, all the truckers got mad.
And he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
So of course.
So after that point, he literally just booked it, went all the way back to his hotel, and then just went to sleep. The next morning, had to get ready, go to his flight, and made it to the airport like a little 2 hours before the flight. And he was supposed to take off at maybe 9:30. He didn't take off till about 12. And pretty much he made it all the way to his flight. But then when he got back, his bags weren't even there in time.
What?
So he had to
Really?
take an extra hour just to be able to get all of his bags from plane.
He suffered a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so honestly, I would say the real moral of the story is just do not travel before a snowstorm.
Yeah.
I feel you. That was a lot of hassle.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he had everything at the end of it, and he got to where he was going, even though it took a lot of hours.
Right.
Yeah.
At least he was still pretty positive after all of that, so.
Yeah.
So basically, just don't take a flight.
Yeah. Wait till the summertime. All right, y'all. That's about our time right here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can put them down in the comments section below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. All right. Have a good one.